piece of ground has a very, very deep story to tell, and just like the coal mines are pretty deep there, I think there's a lot to understand.
CoalCreek Park is a very large park. It's 550 acres of forest and trails. It's full of great habitat for both wildlife and fish.
Its best attributes are its open space, its streams, its wildlife, and its forested canopy.
It's a very beautiful east-west connection across the southern portion of our city that ultimately can be another jewel in the Bellevue Park system. Back in the late 1800s and the early 1900s, this used to be the center of the coal mining operations centered on Cougar Mountain.
Coal was actually shipped to Seattle and down as far as San Francisco. Until around the 1920s, when the mines ran out of coal.
The byproduct of the coal mine operations are the tailings that exist all through this valley.
Coal tailings, basically pretty simple. You dig holes in the ground to get at gold or coal or any other kind of ore, and it's essentially just the spoils and piles of dirt. CoalCreek is full of that kind of material, and in many ways that's why it's an environmental challenge.
A number of problems resulted from that, sedimentation as well as flooding. And in roughly 2003, the Newport Shores Yacht Club and a citizen in the Newport Shores area sued the city and the county.
The reason that we are taking over these properties was a part of a settlement between the city, the county, and some residents down in Newport Shores, arising out of a lawsuit that was filed by these citizens over some environmental problems with CoalCreek runoff of sedimentation.
That situation has existed since the turn of the century, thereabouts. I feel particularly proud that the city of Bellevue stepped up and helped to resolve that long-standing environmental issue.
The beauty of solving this problem now is that we're able to dedicate the money that would otherwise go toward a litigation and a short-term solution. We're able to spend those dollars on resolving the long-term environmental issues for not only this generation, but for generations to follow.
Some of the environmental fixes are aimed at addressing erosion at some of the stream outfalls, as well as erosion on the stream banks itself, as well as constructing an additional sedimentation pond near I-405 to address flooding. Bellevue's environmental improvements are significant in that it'll help in the recovery of the salmon, as well as it will bring the stream back to more of a natural state, which will be better habitat for both fish and wildlife.
Frankly, it's going to be a big challenge. Literally overnight, the total acreage of the Bellevue Park system has now grown by almost 25%. I think the long-range vision for CoalCreek Park is really to preserve public access. It's to preserve and improve the trail system. It's certainly to take care of and be much more proactive on the environmental stewardship. We can turn this into an environmental asset.
Long-term, this will be a great opportunity for the city to enhance the environmental qualities through this area, stabilize the habitats, and provide even better recreational opportunities for the community in general.